discussion. It's not medical stuff,
As it were.
as it were. So this is just an awareness campaign that the number of deaths, in fact, as a matter of fact, life expectancy for men is shorter than that of women. And then the number of suicide is double in men more than in women. And the reason is not far-fetched. In the African setting, just like if I want to adapt the novel Okonkwo, Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe, he committed suicide in that novel. Why? Male ego. And then even before that happened, he had to even strike one of his sons dead because the deities, the gods, stated that the boy was to be sacrificed for one reason or the other. And while they were taking the boy to the place where the boy was supposed to be killed, he was made to follow them, much to his dismay. But he kept taking all those decisions for one reason: as the man. As the man. The man takes responsibility. The man mans up. Just like I've been told a couple of times, they will tap me in the chest and say, "You're a man now. Be a man." The last time a woman said that to me, I schooled her and made sure she never says such trash again. Who tells you be a woman?
Right.
So what do you mean by be a man? Let me inform you, before you became a woman, you were a man. A woman is a man with a womb. So the MB was removed and you became a woman.
Absolutely.
So don't go telling me be a man. Okonkwo had to strike his son dead, all because he didn't want to be perceived as a weakling in the African setting. Everybody sees the man as the Odogu, like Burna Boy sang. Everybody sees the man as he carries everything. Now, the man will grow old. Look at me, gray hair all over, and yet I'm not up to 50. Why? Because I have to be responsible, because I have to meet up. The moment I started working, I was told by my beloved, loving mother, "Hey boy, there's so much. I'm happy you're done with school. Now you have to assist me. Look at this, look at this, look at that." And since then, it's been responsibility all day long. My father called me and said, "In our place, we have a saying that if you are not responsible, you are a bastard." And I know I am looking at my son. You know what that means?
Of course. You have an identity, so make sure to...
You have an identity. Definitely you are not a bastard. So it means step in. And since then, even before I was 30, I stepped in, started carrying stuff, responsibility. My loving dad, still strong, but retired. We actually had to force him to retire because we grew up to see him as the alter ego. He trained everybody. He made everybody go to school. But for him, he made sure everyone had a university education. Everybody, including my mom. Everybody. So this is it. The society puts everything on you as the man. Provide for the school fees, provide for food, provide for clothes. By the time you are done with the children, you want to rest, and then your wife comes and says, "My dear, see you, that shoe that you bought for me that last time, it has spoiled though. If I were to burn it's okay. And water has entered inside." And then you're like, you sit up. And then I even wanted to tell you, do you know I don't have underwear again? It's not like women don't do these things though. Don't get me wrong. I know we have women listeners who will already be raking now.
Yes.
Please don't argue. Just hear me out. Yes. And then the man sits up. And when everybody has gone to bed, and then he sits up, he starts thinking, okay, I have to. Yeah, my wife had a demand. She has a need. Okay, I have to sort it out. Also, my younger brother called me yesterday and said this. Also, my sister called me. And then mom says she needs this. And dad does this. All on the man himself. And he has to sort everybody out one by one. And that's why I also join my friend here to celebrate every man that has been responsible. Because the moment he is done with all that, he sits down and says, "Wow, I've tried. I've done. Everybody is fine now." But who turns up to him to say, "Hey boy, have you brushed your teeth? Hey boy, have you eaten? Hey, did you sleep well? Come, follow me. Let me go buy you ice cream." Man, did someone give me money? It was like, what?
So things like that still happen.
I wish I could grab this person and hug the person like, "You gave me money." Like you really woke up and you thought about me and said, I'm going to give this guy money. And you sent money to my account. Oh my God. I had to announce it like, can you guys believe someone gave me money? When was the last time? The last I remember it's been me spending. That is it. So the world puts a lot on the men. And at this juncture, let me enter a very sensitive field. We also have some women who are the men in the house. I celebrate you as well. Keep it up. So that's why I said, don't complain. Don't talk yet, because I will make sure I cover all axes. Yes, last year's, not the international, just the men's Father's Day. Last year, Father's Day. I actually had to send a shout out because I know a couple of women who were fathers and mothers to their children. So I had to send a shout out to them. So you're there and you're working hard, smart, intelligent, taking care of the family, and you're a woman. I doff my hat for you. Kudos. Keep it up. The Lord bless you. Your
Amen.
efforts will not go unblessed, unremembered. You shall be remembered. So coming back to the men, the manfold, the manfield, that is it. It is normal. That is what the society puts on you. And you're going to live the days of your life being responsible. So wake up. If you are complaining already, you have two children, and you're complaining this weight is much. Hey, nobody's coming to carry it for you. So if that trouser is falling off, please go get rope, tie it well, get down to work. That is what it is. No changes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Chukwuma is breaking tables this morning, but I mean, it's something that we all need to hear. And speaking about everything that you've mentioned, it boils down to stress, because I'm just here wondering, what role does stress have to play in a man's health?
Are you kidding me?
No, I want all of us to know about it.
Okay, I understand. What role does stress plays? Hello, SARS and Mars. That is the primary reason for suicide. Mental stress, emotional stress. I'll never forget, I've talked about this times and again, I'll say it again. It happened once that a man committed suicide. And before he did, he left a note that made public. I guess he posted it on Facebook or something. And then his reasons, he's no longer the man. He can't even pay for the school fees of his children. He has 2 children. And for this reason, he doesn't think he's worth or worthy staying alive. And he apologized to the wife and he took his own life. And when the suicide note went viral, probably by virtue of his name or what's not, the school got to see it. And the school put out a statement saying he's not owing.
The wife had,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
The wife had paid the school fees and kept pressurizing him because the wife had informed probably a few people, if he makes a transfer, let me get my money back.
It reminds me of this common joke where they say, a woman borrows you money and maybe 2 days later you gifted her even more than she borrowed you.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
still
yeah.
comes back
Yeah, you're owing
to
her.
ask you about.
So left to me, man, when a woman borrows you money, please pay the money
Before
first,
you're gifted anything.
before you gift. If her birthday is tomorrow, and then you have the money, just pay the debt first on her birthday.
Yes.
Because the moment you finish paying the debt, the next thing you say is, my birthday gift. And you can now say, hey, babe, that one, sure, now me and you, I will settle you. But at least you are not owing.
Absolutely.
Birthday gift are birthday gifts. Debts and debt, they're not the same.
I'm telling you.
So the school had to put out a statement saying she's not, that the man is not owing. And then, people just went berserk, like, come on. But let's not just go into that area. Stress is the reason. Stress because you're not making enough money. Stress because you're making money, probably by virtue of salary or business, but the responsibility is not even allowing it to show. Stress because you want to live a particular type of life and what you have is not enough to live it. Are you a window dresser? You want to show the world you have this? You don't need that. Half bread, or how do you say it, is better than pomo. Cut your coat according to the size of the clothes where you get. Don't buy a C class because your friends are driving C class. Don't try to measure up. I always reminded myself the son of who I am. Yes. I always tell myself, I'm a doctor today, yet my dad did not go to high institution. He's a retired soldier. And then he was always carrying guns about, entering bushes, coming back with gunshot wounds and stuff. Why? Because he had a family to feed. Even when he would go, I remember the last 2 missions, it became a tussle. My mom was dragging him, don't go. He forcefully, I think he knew that my mom would want to put up a resistance. So he came with 2 of his colleagues. They were waiting. So it was easy for them to help disengage us, like, hey, leave him, we are late. And they left. And then I asked Mom, Mommy, will he come back? And she said she doesn't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Because we knew the kind of mission it was. He had explained to her. Thank God he's still alive today. Every January 15, I always say, thank God my dad is still alive. It could have been us celebrating fallen soldiers and all that and all that. So really, stress is really the problem. If you have such kind of situation going on with you, you just need to lay back and assess your situation. But remember, just like the words of my dear friend, he keeps saying, keep moving. Each time I look at his WhatsApp status, that's what I see. Keep moving. And he keeps encouraging me, no matter the situation, keep moving. Keep working hard. It will pay eventually. Fine. They say the patient dog eats the fattest bone. Some people say the patient dog don't get bone at all. That is for them. Keep doing what you are doing. It will turn up good for you eventually. But you must keep doing. Unfortunately, things are getting from bad to worse financially for us as a country. But then, of course, most of us in Nigeria are religious. You're either a Christian or a Muslim. Do the work you do. Pray to God. I believe things will work well for you. But don't, because of the stress and the situation, decide to do something negative. Taking your life will not end the situation around you. As a matter of fact, it will worsen the situation your family is. I think it's best that you stay around and stand strong with them than leaving the scene thinking you're leaving will make things better. It will not. It will make those
I think that's a very valid point.
Yes, it will make those children to stay without cover. You are leaving them for wolves and ferocious animals in the society to take care of. So we must educate our men that there is no room for suicide. There is no room for it. I will end up a victor and nothing less. That is my resolution. And I want that to be your resolution if you're listening to Solutions Clinic this morning.
Absolutely, 100% on that. I hope we're taking note of these, insights that we're gaining this morning. And it brings me to my next question. For some men, because they don't want to be vulnerable, they don't want to speak up, they resolve to other mediums of relieving stress. That's where alcohol comes to play, smoking and other addiction come to play. And we all, for most people, they're aware of the negative implications of some of these drugs and substances. So let's, as a way of reminder, let's talk about how these substances are not helpful in any way.
Thank you. Now, imagine you have a situation with you, your child is in the hospital and you need money. And then you tried, you ran around, you begged friends, you needed 50,000, you came up short, 30,000. And then the next thing, the remaining 5,000 with you, you enter the beer parlor to drink. Let me ask you, you're going to definitely finish that 5,000 before you leave the beer parlor because you still have to take and probably buy a bottle or 2 for someone else. When you are done, has the 20,000 surfaced? No. So what happened? You are still back to where you started from. Whether it is alcohol or colos or smoking or hemp, marijuana, whatever it is, it hasn't changed anything. Rather, it has put your innocent liver into trouble. Your innocent kidneys are smoking red hot. And at the end of the day, you are even poorer for taking those drinks. They haven't changed anything. You are still where you are. So this is my advice. If you want to take those things for recreation, that's left for you. Do it with wisdom. Like they say, smokers are liable to die young. Drink with responsibly. You've seen all those jingles and all those words of advice. So you want to take them for recreation, you can do that with responsibility. You can do that carefully. But don't take them to alleviate pain and alleviate tension and pressure. People always tell themselves, when I take my head go set. No be your head no they set anything. Nothing do the hair before. Yes. It's just like if I tell you now that, hey, Vic, I found something. I actually realized that you have a virus. You're actually going to spend the whole day thinking, Jesus, I have a virus. I'm in trouble. Doc, what do I do? You're coming to see me, and then when you eventually come, yes. How did you know I got? I saw something on your skin, and probably I just saw one little mark or something. I just said, and that is it. And then you are so worried. Hey, doc said I need 400,000 to get this virus out. Where will I get it from? And then you start making calls, and probably you now come up with the money, and then you come, doc. Here's the money. Here's the money. And please, can you help me? And I just laugh at you and say, there's no virus. I just wanted you to rake the money up so that you can use it to take care of yourself. How would you feel at the end of the day? Like, wow, that is it. There was no virus. You were just able to do so. Now you go to drinking, and then you think that you're gonna use that to change the situation. Nothing is changing. Nothing absolutely is changing. You think that you take it, you feel better. You will not feel any better. In fact, there is nothing wrong with your mind. All you need is just a decision. You see, people who do vices in the society, the day they decide to quit, that is it. It's a decision. The Igbos say when a man wakes up and greets good morning, his morning has started. So if this is about past 10 or 11, and then you wake up and say, hey, good morning, no, somebody will answer you. You wake up at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., good morning, morning. Igbos will answer you because they believe what they will say is he just woke up. So what does it mean? The day you decide to make a change, the change becomes official. Make up your mind, change the situation, change the narrative, and it will work for you. That's just my advice.
I couldn't agree any less. You're listening to Solutions Clinic this morning, and I'm having a conversation on general men's health with Dr. Chukwuma Okoli, and he's been sharing a lot of wisdom, regarding men's health and prioritizing your health mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and whatnot. So if you have a question as a man, regarding your health this morning, you can call into the studio. The number is 0909 888 9939 or 0912 222 2939. It mustn't be a question. As a man, you have, some word of counsel to other men out there. You want to say something to a man. Let's also take, advantage of that opportunity. Call in. The number is 0909 888 9939 or 0912 222 2939. Or as a man, you've experienced some sort of stress and somehow you overcame that stress. You came through for yourself. We'd love to hear all of that testimony on the show this morning. You can text me on WhatsApp to 0904 422 2939. Doc, we live in a world where, if there are 100 people in the hospital, 80 are likely women, 20 would be men. So it's customary, even though it's wrong, with the men of this world, let's come down to Nigeria, not to visit the hospital for regular checkup. Even when you see them in the hospital, they probably came with their wife or a kid, not necessarily because they wanted to check, their well-being. How can we change this culture, this notion that men shouldn't be found in the hospital? I think subconsciously it's been registered in the heads or minds of men that, hospital is meant for the women and children.
Yes, that's the society. That's why I started by talking about Okonkwo in Chinua Things Fall Apart. Yes, men do fall ill, but they'll rather go buy a little here, a little there. The unfortunate thing. The unfortunate thing is that by the time they know it, that's why they die faster. Because you ignore and you keep ignoring. You keep ignoring until you land on the bed. Now, when you land on the bed, it's only 50% who eventually get up from the bed. But many people don't know this. You see many women and children in the hospital, but they mostly go home. And when a man gets to that point of landing on the bed, 50% of them go home. While I worked in the state hospital Akure in the year 2010, I used to call male medical ward I used to call it M2, mortuary 2, mortuary the second.
Wow.
Yes. Oh, of course, my house was opposite the wards. I know male medical ward, I know female medical ward. Overnight, I can tell you, if you hear screaming, until proven otherwise, it is coming from the male ward. Screaming why? Someone just died. If they admit 10 men, 7 may die, 3 may go home. Not because the hospital is not taking care, but because the situation has gone too bad. You are having a stroke, bleeding, intracerebral bleeding in the brain that has gone so bad. You have a diabetes that has gone unconscious, diabetic ketoacidosis. You have in the extremes, than the women. So, and that's because men will not go to the hospital. They'll tell you they have a responsibility. They'll tell you they just need one injection and they're fine. They'll rather tell you, hey, and look at it. They're the ones that will call nurse, say, come and give me injection. Look at our dear beloved Mubad. Come and give me injection. But ask Mubad, did the wife deliver at home? When the wife was ill, did she not go to the hospital? When the baby was born, was it not in the hospital? And then when the baby fell ill, was the baby not taken to the hospital? You are the first to even tell them, go to this hospital, go to that hospital. But when it comes to your own turn, you tell them, please, call me auntie nurse to come and inject me at home. I don't want to go because I don't want to be seen in the hospital. Why do we like transferring the wrong culture from one generation to another? If you're ill, please go to the hospital. It doesn't make you less of who you are. It doesn't. You are still the man. You are still the Odogu. Go to the hospital. Why? So that you can be stronger to take care of those ones, those your children. My dad saw me this morning and said he needed the woman. I said, like, why? He said, it's been a while. Quickly, I sent my assistant, go get him medication. And he was given. And I told him, Dad, I have to be in Okeado. You know that. And of course, he said, yes, he does. All right. And I zoomed off. Of course. Yes, the attitude is there. The attitude to what? To life. Get well, stay alive because you have people to take care of. Dad will tell me, of course, I'm retired now. All I'm here for is whatever you need me to do. Just tell me, I'll do it. I had an issue with the fence in the house some months back. I didn't even inform him. It was the bricklayer who is his own bricklayer who just called him and said, are you aware your son's fence is down? And Dad appeared. And throughout the week and even beyond, all Dad was doing was sitting down to monitor and make sure things go well. And if he needed anything, he would just tell me, oh, I think I have body pain. And I quickly sort him out. And it's fine. Going to the hospital is never wrong. I know, are you aware that there are more male doctors than female doctors?
Absolutely.
So what? So why would you say you're not going? You're going there to talk. If you see an hospital like more percentage than none, you are going to talk to a man.
Yes.
So please go get yourself treated. It doesn't make you less of who you are. Come see us. We make you back and stronger.
Thank you, Doc, for that clarity. Now because today's conversation is a health pendulum, so we'll be swinging, in different areas. So my next question will be, some of the likely ailments or diseases that men would usually come down with.
Yes.
Let's talk about that,
Okay,
especially
yes.
with age.
Yes, I touched a few.
Okay.
Hypertension, diabetes. Arthritis is not common in men, it's more common with women. Then we have the prostate, well advanced in age, like 60s and above.
Prostate cancer.
Prostate, whether the cancer or the non-cancerous one.
Okay.
You see
Can we
men
talk
coming
about
down.
that? Because I think it's very
It's
prevalent.
quite common.
Yes.
That's why you see men who wake up and they wee like 4 or 5 times before morning, or probably they can't even hold the urine. There's what is called urge incontinence. When the urge to urinate comes, they quickly run down or they do it on their body if they don't get to the toilet on time. Some will even get there, and then when they try to urinate, the urine is not coming well. They even have to force it. Okay, strangulary. Some will get there and then they'll be hesitant for a while. Hesitancy before the urine will eventually come. Then there's a frequency I talked about 4 or 5 times before morning. Then the urgency, that is, the urine will come and then the urge will be so strong. So these are the symptoms that we have for enlarged prostate, which is common. In fact, 50% of men above 50 will come down with prostate-related issues, which means men should be very, very careful. And once you are experiencing, if you are listening, or you know someone, or your father or your brother is experiencing this, just tell them it's time. Doctor talked about it. Let's go to the hospital and let doctor check you. Okay? Now, this is the earlier, the better. If you have a prostate issue, if it is picked on time, it might just be ordinarily enlarged prostate, and they tell you, we're removing it. Better. Better. And how do you do it? We have what is called prostate biopsy. We have PSA. Prostate biopsy is quite expensive. PSA is affordable. But you need the prostate biopsy as a gold standard for diagnosis of prostate cancer. And so once the prostate biopsy is done, and then you're told it is not cancerous, then you decide at that point, if this is symptomatic, let's remove it. Remove the prostate and go about live your life. And if it has been diagnosed as prostate cancer, well, at that point, you look for palliatives. Like orchidectomy, that's removing the testicles to reduce supply. Though sometimes when the tumor forms, it is self-sustaining. Self-sustaining. So it's better let it be diagnosed on time, and then let something formidable be done about it. Because once it crosses the C name, at that point, all you are left is to manage until the day comes.
Wow. It is well, oh man. It is well. Let's talk about dietary and exercises for
Thank
men.
you. If you go to the gym, fine, we have more men in the gym than women. Agree. But the gym I used to use, I can't say I use because if they are listening now, they'll be like,
When last did you go?
The gym I used to use, I've been noticing an increasing number of women, and I'm quite happy that women are also more aware about their health. But since we're talking about the men today, women, say I always do your side,
Yes,
100%. So we will talk on our own later. Now, it is advisable for every man to exercise. And this is what I try to do. I turn every available opportunity in my house to a gym field. Anywhere I need to do a push-up, once I see a hard surface I can lean on, I make sure that I have a good grip on the ground so that I don't find myself slipping, and it's dangerous. So I make sure I do that. I do a quick, I have the sit-up, atomic, I do sit-up. So I try doing this every day. It's important. It makes you stay agile and strong. It takes away trouble from you. So it's important that you do exercise from time to time. Also, your diet. This is where we have an issue. We mentioned alcohol previously. Now, go to beer parlors, go to clubhouses. Clubhouses are glorified beer parlors in Nigeria here. So go to clubhouses, you'll see 95% are men. Some clubhouses, you'll even see 100%, no single woman. Unless a man is coming and brings his babe along. Everybody's drinking, and then they have pot bellies, they have excess calories in their system, and their tummy grows out. Now, these are the things that destroys the body. They destroy the liver, they destroy the kidney. So fruits are good. Okay, people do a lot of smoothies these days, but you see the challenge is this. They try to take all those things, they still go ahead and they consume all the alcohol, stuff like that. Do all those things responsibly. And remember that a liver damage from alcohol is irreversible. A kidney damage is irreversible from alcohol. So we all need to be careful as to what are the kind of things we eat. And then, you take, now, you see, a bottle of beer, a bottle of Coke, both of them, none is good. But the Coke is a little bit better because the calorie in the beer is worse, or more rather, than that on the Coke. And that's why you see people who take alcohol develop pot bellies and all that. Despite the fact that Coke has a lot of sugar in it. Now, the sugar you can get even from the rice you eat, from the yam, and so on and so forth. So, imagine you eat a plate of food and then you add a bottle of drink to it. Your body's loaded with excess.
Whoever sold the idea of, after taking food, you need to take a carbonated drink.
Please,
we need to find out.
Where has the water gone to? I even go around with my own bottle of water. Where has water gone to?
I was speaking to my mom yesterday, and she mentioned that what? I got to call my dad immediately. How are you still taking carbonated drink at this time? It brings me to the question: are there things that men should avoid? Are there food? Because I hear some things, some meats. I hear things about some kind of food. Are there kinds of food that men should avoid at a certain age?
Well, I don't really think, except for salt and salt-related foods, and then fat foods, of course, because that's not even for men alone, both men and women alike. When the older the age, the more the risk of atherosclerosis, which is fat blocking the blood vessels, which can cause stroke, can cause diabetes, can cause arthritis, and cause raised hypertension, organ damage, and all that. So it's general now for every human. You should avoid fatty foods and all that. That's why I noticed like my old people, lovely couple, they now do more of dry foods. They even will make it dry and pull out all the fats in it. When they want to eat chicken, they peel the skin and throw it away or give to the little ones in the house. That is it. They even now, red meat is occasional. Like, even personally, I saw it this morning. I was like, meat. That's gotten to that point. I no longer see it on a daily basis. Once in a while, I do fish or chicken. Red meat once in a while. So let's stay healthy. Let's live healthy. Let's eat healthy. That's just my advice.
All right. By way of conclusion, your final thoughts to the men out there.
Yeah, my final thoughts to the men. You're the man. You're the G. You're the boss. Stay alive for us. Stay healthy for us. Drink lots of water so that your kidneys can smile. Take less of alcohol so that your liver can be happy. So that your pancreas can dance. Stay healthy for us. We need you. The home needs you. Without you in the house, that house is gone. That house is in trouble. So we need you, the man. And today, I join your wife and your children to celebrate you. You're the best. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Chukwuma Okoli, for sharing such great wisdom with us this morning. This has been a very insightful conversation, and I'm privileged to be the first-hand recipient of it, and I know that you have also been empowered by the knowledge you've received this morning. All right, I will say, dear men, remember that your strength isn't just about your physical prowess. It is also found in your resilience, vulnerability, and the courage to prioritize your well-being. You've got the power to overcome the challenges and shape a healthy and fulfilling life. Take each step with confidence and know that investing in your health is a testament of your strength. You've got this. Happy International Men's Day to all the men listening to me globally.
Thank you, sir. Lovely.
Yes. All right, well, it's a wrap, and I'm going to play this song by YJ featuring Ice Prince. It says Bigger, just to remind all the men that you're bigger than whatever life is pushing your way. Have yourself a great week. My name is Vic Riches, and thank you, Dr. Chukwuma Okoli.
Thank you, sir.
As long as the sun is shine, and I'm on my grind, then I'm bigger. Even when the rain will come, you still got to grow and be bigger. King in a queen's body, nobody taking what is from me. People busy trying to watch me so funny. I'm here working that money constantly. Getting it. Counting on my blessings, nothing less than one by one. Doing what I need to send me haters on the run. Oh, na na na, do that thing now, now, now. Don't waste no time, just find your vibe. It's time to solve their own. As long as the sun is shine, and I'm on my grind, and I'm bigger. Yeah. Even when the rain will come, you still got to grow and be bigger.
A wise man told me, say less and don't speak. Everybody opposing cause talking is so cheap. The meek shall inherit the earth, the preacher preach. And always remember how the still waters run deep. I'm as cold as ice, I should relocate to Glasgow. Cuba's on my neck, smoking cigars hard, I'm Castro. I'm OG now, so watch how you did mouth, bro. Cause when I get mad, I'm like the hit 'em up outro. Bigger than the Eiffel, bigger than the stadium, bigger than the bomb constructed out of uranium, bigger than a spaceship, bringing all of the aliens. And when I touch down, I make a bomb like Damien. Watch and tell them how we do this shit for real.
As long as the sun is shining, and I'm on my grind, then I'm bigger.
Gotta get bigger, bigger,
Hey,
bigger, bigger.
even